were some of the goals that you set as you were developing your own yoga business that actually created where you can, where you're teaching 20 classes a week now?
For me, it was connect to the community. Get involved. There was events going on and I would volunteer and try to get into the middle of the herd of the community, partnering, building relationships with Ian and Vanessa from Spiritual Gangster, with Lululemon, and really just diving in and leveraging those relationships, setting goals like becoming a Lululemon ambassador, doing things, and then slowly like making sure that I still had my corporate job. I went from 5 classes a week, still working my full-time job, to like 10 classes a week, taking a different job and working remote 3 days a week, in the office 2 days a week. Then eventually it got to where I was like 15 classes, working a 20-hour contract job, till I was completely able to let it all go.
And what was that transition right there? Just talk about just that transition, because that's a scary transition for many, many, many people, is giving up that reliable comfort of having a steady paycheck come in to now you're completely relying on yourself for anything that comes in.
Yeah, I honestly, looking back, don't think I was afraid. I don't know if it's because I knew intuitively, like, this is my part of my purpose and this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Or maybe I just knew that I could always go back and find another job if it didn't work out.
Well, I think that's important what you just said there. I think that's part of it, is like when you know that, this is in alignment with what your sole purpose is, everything just works out.
I was never fully comfortable in my own skin in corporate America, even though I was fairly successful at what I was doing. There was this lack of inner confidence, this inner knowing. But when I would teach a yoga class, I tell people today that I feel more comfortable teaching a yoga class than talking one-on-one or talking to a group or talking into a video. And it doesn't matter. There could be thousands of people at that yoga class in the middle of New York City. Like that I am fine. Yeah. Talking one-on-one it's a little different. So I knew there's something that's being channeled, and for me, it's just carrying a message of love and service. I truly believe that yoga saved my life, as it is part of the cornerstone of my recovery. I go to meetings and do 12-step work, but the yoga and the meditation is as important as these other, 2 or 3 pillars that I have in the foundation of my sobriety.
What do you do when you sit down to create goals, or how do goals come to you, and what inspires you?
Lululemon was essential in even teaching me goals and teaching me how to write goals and understanding the difference between, what an achievement goal is and what a continuous goal is, and how to create new habits that will get you to those goals. Understanding, like, the science of habit forming always tells us to, if you want to create a new practice, to attach it to something you're already doing. And so being able to use just these little tools and staying open-minded and willing to doing it, and just trusting that process through it, and knowing that if this is what's on my heart, I'm not going to let anybody or anything, especially my own thinking, get in the way of that.